Poison damage. You like poison damage? Do you want a soft zoner? Do you like Bendy Ruler Lady and you want her to spare you just one glance? Do you miss Fang just as much as she does? Then look no further than AKI. Her quick normals help you to keep your distance from your opponents, and though it's unlikely the average player will never get hit, in order to keep the poison tick going for as long as possible, her moveset is appropriately designed to ensure that you can actually do such. Hitting your Toxic Blossom moves and stringing them together for interrupting, as in the case of �势𝚒𝚘𝚗 �势𝚒𝚘𝚘 actually results in more damage, combo extension, and maintaining variation, which is key because AKI really does suffer when she's put in a corner and other people are just in her space in general. Having an escape move through overdrive and regular heavy variant snake step is one thing, and Orchard Spring level 2 meter creates like a pool of poison which might make your opponent back off so as to not just stand in the poison. But if she gets stuck in a corner, especially by another AKI, you're kinda just dead because it's pretty difficult to get out. You could go from like for like a throw from Snake Step, but it is anticipatable. I'm personally just cursed with slow reaction time, but you know, might not be the case for everyone. Cruel Fate is also another escape option, because the distance you can travel can be adjusted at the startup, but it can also be punished if you don't dive over your opponent unless you use the heavy variant, because then you can actually follow up with like a grab or something. If you overdrive the move, you can actually just grab an opponent straight up and poison them. Pulse Overdrive hits multiple times, but like me personally, I'm still in like the Street Fighter V or other fighting game mindset, and where I don't know how to actually do that on modern controls, but you know, one day I'll learn. Surf and Lash is also a pretty good punishing and zoning move. It's like nothing too crazy or new, but it can be adjusted to go upwards, which is like the heavy variant, straight out to the side, which is the light variation, or at a slight angle to the side, which is the medium variation. This is harder to pull off on modern than I thought, but like surprisingly, it could also be because I have not gotten much time to play this game, and I am a little stupid, just a little. Again, most if not all of her moves can trigger and behave differently when Toxic Blossom is in effect. So if you haven't guessed, you kind of want your opponent poisoned like as much of the time as possible, if not like 100% of the time. For her grabs, there are two variants, and her command grab is Entrapment, which is like short range, unblockable, unparryable, so it's like pretty good for mix-ups, but again, it's like really short range, so like if you miss it, prepare to die. I won't go into her meter too much because it's like pretty straightforward. You just need to know that like level 1 is pretty good for catching your opponent off guard, especially if they're coming down from like an aerial. But Toxic Wreath can also be used for this too because it's, you know, the same bubble thing. Level 2 can be adjusted at like the start of the move to like cover more ground or less depending on the scenario you actually need it for. And it obviously leaves that poison pool behind that I mentioned earlier. And level 3 is quick, ignores projectiles, and is pretty damn powerful, especially if you use it at 25% or lower, pretty much ensuring the kill. But if you miss, it's a lot of lost meter, obviously, so you know, you have to make sure it hits. Like you have to either know your opponent is not blocking, or like you're doing it like after a combo where they actually can't block. Also, one of her taunts, the Fang Bubble variation, poisons your opponent if they jump into it by accident. So, you know, pretty cool, or also pretty cute. My final thoughts on the character. When they said she was tricky on this character splash screen, they were not lying. They're absolutely not lying to you. If you don't like characters that have a lot of gimmicks, you are not going to like her no matter what. There's no amount of animations that could possibly fix that for you. Me personally, as like a jury main or somebody who plays like fighting game characters that really do like to be 100% up close and personal and kick your fucking ass, I really struggle with playing zoners or like even people with just general mid-range utilities, because so like sometimes I'll just ignore like let me give you an example. Like Baiken from like Guilty Gear. Like sometimes I just ignore the fact that she is a tether because I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I can't be bothered. But unless it's like their meter or something, or like their ult, I don't care for it. That combined with my minimal hours on AKI actually just makes it pretty difficult to play against people at the level I'm used to playing at. But like learning her actually does feel rewarding because you're like, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I have all the shit. It's really good. It's really good. And I was hooked. When I saw her reveal trailer, her atmosphere is like so fun, it's so good. I plan to record a video during the peak of my university semester because of it, you know. She'll probably be like my secondary main just because like, you know, learning her is really fun and, you know, having a zoner skill set might be useful at some point in the future. But for any future or current Aki mains, keep at it because she is probably the most fun ranged character in this game right now because I don't have fun playing against any of the others. It's like, no, not even JP, surprisingly. No, I don't have fun playing against anyone but her online. But enough about Street Fighter. Now we have administrative duties. So obviously, look at me. I'm adorable. I have what the kids call a VTuber model. This is temporary, I would like to say. It's just me testing out like software and having a little fun, adding a bit of life to like the talkie videos every now and again. Pay it no mind. I mean, or you can. I have like 2 of the models. This is just like the cuter one and was also the one that was giving me less trouble recording this. So you get the cute fox thing for now. Anything else that I need to mention? Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going through like content burnout. I don't really have a whole lot to record because like they're like, you know, games that I really want to record, but like other people are already playing it. It's not gonna do as well, and it's like I enter that cycle and that's just kind of it. But also I do have plans. It's like I have Dead Estate, I have Lobotomy Corporation, I have Don't Starve, there's the SCP gameplay I have planned, and like a recorded FNAF 2 night 1 to 5 video I have in like the drafts that I might just upload as like a raw version if anyone's like really interested. There's like some funny moments in there, I think. I don't know. But I also wanted to record like a Genshin Uvulette experience. Like that's a fleeting idea, but like, you know, the plan is there. But I really wanted to record some like Baldur's Gate or like Strive with like myself or my friends that actually have it because they've been begging me to get the game for a while now. But I, again, don't have either of those games right now, so I can't actually record them. Not only that, but school assignments are kind of picking up, and in order for me to focus on my personal projects, like if you go to my website, which, you know, none of you can, but if you go to my website, if I've shared my website with you, you know that I work on like the Sims stuff, and even I don't have time for that stuff right now, so I don't have time for recording or editing because school is taking a bunch of my time. I just don't feel like I have the energy to make the content I really enjoy interesting, and like this is like supposed to be more of like a narrative thing, me just saying this and this and that is that. But I need to make good content when I feel like it. But this is not goodbye forever. I am not dead. And in general, the gist of this video is mostly that, like, you know, Aki is really cool. Street Fighter is a really good game, and like you should definitely go buy it. Maybe you should wait until they have a sale on Black Friday, but like, come on, you already know it's gonna be like 25%. I'd be very surprised if they gave you like a 50. But you know, the characters are really fun. Even without buying like extra DLC, you know, the original characters, you can find stuff that you like in there. You definitely can. But Aki is really well designed for like a she's fairly new to me. Like I don't think I've ever seen her before this, even though I've been playing since like 4. But she's very fun, very cool. They did so well on her animations. They did so well on her, like, her moves, her backstory, how balanced she feels, the level of learning it takes to get like used to her. because she's a tricky character, it's not supposed to be easy. But like, yeah, it's really good. It's really good, and Street Fighter is again a really good game. And for like the reason that I've said in probably my really shitty Street Fighter 6 review. But she is not a character for people who don't like zoners. And if you are like me and you love rushing into people's faces and like stabby combo, you know, she's not, in my opinion, like the best person for that. I feel like you would want to keep some level of separation between you and your opponent, because if you do get up close and you get comboed back, you're 9 times out of 10 gonna have a hard time getting out of that, unless your opponent fucks up. She's way more punishing for dropping combos, is what I'm trying to say, because I can get away with a lot of shit playing Jury. I cannot get away with the same amount with her, but that's also because I'm learning her. But it's kind of what I get from playing for like, you know, 6-7 hours on her compared to my time on Jury, you know. But anyways, like and subscribe and all of that. Algorithm, please promote this video, and peace.